Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today, well, we have an update from Catdaddy about all of the exploit shenanigans that have been going on. We're going to go into that in a little bit later on. But there's also a brand new Tyrese Halliburton, who is not someone I am familiar with. But apparently, if you are a fan of basketball, this is apparently quite a big deal for you. So there is a brand new card that has been released on WWE Supercard, and he is available for you to get in some manner, I am told. But now, let's get into the real meat of the matter here. Because with the help of the entire Grand Cat Grand Fleet, all of you out there, because this wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for all of us, and if it had just been me ranting on the internet by myself and without any of your help, nothing would have happened. But because we all work together, particularly with the play, don't pay, play, don't pay, with that hashtag going, we have got an update from Catdaddy. And I will read it out for you. This is from Catdaddy Zach. It says, "Hey, Supercard Notice." That is who is at it at this. "The recent maintenance was implemented to address accounts that accumulated excessive in-game power and or resources due to bugs and exploits discovered in the game. Specifically, some players were able to acquire an unreasonable amount of Abyss Special Editions, and some others were given more Stephanie Vacure Battle Pass cards than should have been possible at this moment in the game." Now, the Stephanie Vacure Battle Passes, that is actually more of a minor problem in comparison to the colossal issue of the Abyss Special Editions, the unlimited credits, the unlimited super coins, and so on and so forth. So, we'll continue. "As a result, we've removed the excess cards from the accounts of players who were affected by these issues. If you had a single or pro Stephanie Vacure Battle Pass card, you'll be given those cards back, as well as an additional credits and train-up cards to restore those pros. Any Battle Pass cards beyond that will become unhinged rarity cards in your account. Additionally, excess Abyss cards will also become base unhinged cards. It is our intention not to punish anyone who got caught up in the progression issue while maintaining a sense of competitive balance in the game. If you have any ongoing issues or concerns related to this fix, please contact support. Thank you for your patience, Zach and W Supercard team." Now, you may have noticed there that this is a big win for us. First of all, Catdaddy are actually acknowledging the exploit. That was all we were trying to get them to do, was to acknowledge the exploit and to make a workaround, make a fix for what there was. Now, they have done some good things. They have swapped out the Abyss cards that people got with regular unhinged cards. They've swapped out the Stephanie Vacure additional cards that people have got with regular unhinged cards. However, you may notice that it did not really see anything about all of the free credits that people got, nor did it mention anything about the free super coins that those people got from clicking those free packs over and over again. So our fight is not yet over. Also, you may have noticed that it mentions what they have done to the people who took advantage of the exploit, but it has not mentioned anything about the people who did not even get a chance to claim the free gift even once. So, what Catdaddy are essentially doing now is saying, we have realised that being up against multiple F3 Abysses in things like TLC and King of the Rings and Team Stomping Ground is a problem, and we've removed them and replaced them with unhinged cards. However, those are still free unhinged cards that those players really shouldn't have had, and also the players who didn't click that free pack still don't have them. We still don't have all of the credits. We still don't have all of the super coins that those players got, and that is more of an issue than the Abyss cards. The only thing that they've done now is they've hidden the Abysses, which means that it will be less easy to tell who exploited the exploits, because they won't just commonly have 10 Abyss cards any longer. So There is still a large amount of imbalance in the game here. If you did not click the free gift and you didn't click it multiple times, you still didn't get all of those credits. You still didn't get any of those super coins that was gifted to those players entirely for free. If you are one of the ones that use the exploit, you still have all of those unlimited credits with which you can use to get any special edition cards that you want, or any limited edition cards. You will also have unlimited super coins, essentially, to just get whatever you want from the superstore the second that those go up as well. And it still has a tremendous amount of imbalance in the game. However, we did manage to get Catdaddy to acknowledge that there's a problem. And the thing is, Catdaddy had not said anything since Monday. It's now Thursday about the exploit or about what they were going to do about it. This is 100% because of us. It is because of not just me, but each and every one of you who helped, each and every one of you who sent a message to the Catdaddy support team, who went into here, went into your options, went into support and help center, and you sent them a message saying, this game is unfair, it's unbalanced, the free gift has made it so that I cannot catch up to these other players anymore, and that is a great, great thing. And Zach, in this, it does say, if you have any ongoing issues or concerns related to this fix, please contact support. And I urge all of you to continue contacting support because we are not yet finished. These players still have essentially unlimited credits. These players still have essentially unlimited super coins. And if you didn't click the free pack, you are still not getting anything. There is still no reward for the players who did not click on the free pack. There is still no... The balance still isn't there. There's still a huge imbalance of what is going on. So we are not yet finished. So I maintain that all of you keep up the play, don't pay, play, don't pay, play, don't pay, play, don't pay. What you must do is not give up. Don't quit WWE Supercard, but also do not pay them any money. Do not pay them any single money for any credits, not for any of these special packs, not for anything, not until they have fully addressed the issue. Now, they have acknowledged the issue. They have acknowledged that there's a problem there, and they are hoping that getting rid of the abysses and swapping them out for unhinged cards is enough to satisfy us, and that is not the problem. The problem is that players have what is essentially unlimited credits and unlimited super coins, and the rest of us got nothing. That is what the problem is. The two realistic fixes are to remove the credits and the super coins from the people who got them, or to give the same amount of credits and super coins to the people who didn't get them. And I know which one would be better for WWE Supercard, and that would be to remove the credits, because otherwise, if you give everyone unlimited credits, no one will ever spend money on the game ever again. And a lot of people are saying that the accounts that abused this should have been banned, and I have been saying that that is not my decision to make, and I'm also slightly against the idea, because a lot of these people, they weren't using a hack, they weren't using some kind of manipulative device to get something. What they were doing was just clicking a pack, and it just kept sitting there, it just kept respawning, so those people are not to blame. However, it does not mean that the issue has went away. Another thing to remember is the people that are in the development team of Catdaddy do not play WWE Supercard. They are designed, their purpose is to be admins, to look over the game, to make sure that people are happy, to make sure that things are going well, and unfortunately, things are still unhappy, things are still not going particularly well, and they need to know that a portion of players having unlimited credits still makes the game unfair. in favour of those players that took advantage of this free pack. And the only way to fix the balance is to either give everyone nothing or to give everyone everything. There isn't any easy way in between there. And once again, the answer is not going to come from me. The answer is not going to come from a big old grand cat on the internet. I am not the one that's in the position to say, hey, this is what you guys should do. That is not what my position is. But this is down to the development team of Catdaddy to acknowledge that the problem is still there, that players are still unhappy, that there's still a huge imbalance, and that something still needs to happen and that things still need to be fixed. I have also seen people saying things like Catdaddy must be really struggling for players if they are refusing to ban these people that have abused these accounts, which I don't think is the case. I think it's more a case of Catdaddy acknowledges that they're the ones that made the mistake here, not the players that took advantage of the exploit. And I think there is a very, very real possibility that even though this is a step in the right direction, if this is the only step that Catdaddy and WWE Supercard take, then unfortunately, we are still going to see the downward spiral and eventual demise of WWE Supercard because players will still continue to quit if they come up against maybe not Abysses, but if they come up against all of these other special edition cards that people just immediately have pros of. And I have seen it. The player that, there was a few players, but one player in particular that had 10 fortified 3 Abysses had the pro of the Jordan Grace within the first hour, within the first less than an hour of that card going live. And that's because they had access to unlimited credits and were just able to just redo the Build-A-Pack as many times as they wanted until they got the Pro Stephanie Vicure, or not the Pro Stephanie Vicure, the Pro Jordan Grace, sorry. And then they had, essentially, unlimited unhinged cards to pro them up. And then they had unlimited credits to put them into Performance Center and get them both their 100 matches and be the first person to pro them, get a perfect pro, get it up to its maximum level, and also put the 105 matches and the 10 variants on it by using credits because they have essentially unlimited credits. And that in itself should be proof that there is not a limit of 50,000 credits, there's not a limit of 100,000 credits, because people are able to do this. And people will be able to do it for every single special edition, for every single limited edition card that comes out between now and the game ending. And if nothing's done about that, all you're going to do is you're going to see players eventually dropping out of the game. Especially when you get into your next PvP event, and then you see that the players that are in the top echelons are all the ones that use the exploits, because they're the ones that will just be buying unlimited quadruplers and just getting all the maximum amount of points. So we are not yet finished, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to continue to send your messages to the help center and support. Tell them that, yes, you have done something in the right direction. You have taken away the Abyss cards from everyone, but you have not addressed the real elephant in the room, and that is the unlimited amount of credits. Remember, every time someone clicked on this free gift, they got 500 credits. And 500 credits is the equivalent of, well, just under £3.39. And people were doing this literally thousands of times. And also for each one that they pressed, they got 2,500 super coins, which means that they will be able to easily get pros of any single card that ever comes into the superstore as well. So every single card that comes from a PLE, which includes the Money in the Bank cards that should be coming just after this weekend, they will easily be able to get pros of them. In fact, actually, they will be coming in 6 days and 21 hours. That's when those cards will be there. So we are still a long ways away from getting to the point where players are happy in the game, they want to continue playing, they want to stay in the game, and I do agree with Catdaddy that we shouldn't be punishing people that took advantage of what was essentially a free pack that just continued to spawn. However, I do disagree that Catdaddy think that removing the Abyss cards and swapping them for unhinged cards is the entire solution. I think that more needs to be done, and I think that they wouldn't have even replaced the Abyss cards if it hadn't been, maybe not just for my videos, but for all of you guys out there. And I know that some of you were complaining to Catdaddy without watching my videos as well, so some of you were on your own escapades, some of you were fighting your own battles on separate grounds, but I think we're all on the same side here, that the only thing that I am fighting for is to keep WWE Supercard going and to not see it fail and to not see it be cancelled, as we have done with so many other mobile games in the past. And unfortunately, the issues are not yet resolved. So with that said, folks, I want you to keep in mind the only way to get Catdaddy to listen to us, and they are listening to us, is to continue to play, don't pay. Play, don't pay. Play, don't pay. Play, don't pay. Continue playing the game. Use whatever credits you currently have. Use whatever super coins you currently have. But don't spend any money on the game, because if you do, Catdaddy will think that the problem has went away, and when players continue to quit, when players continue to drop, then the higher ups of Catdaddy will just turn around and say, game's not as profitable as it used to be, shut it down, we'll make another WB game. And with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed, and I really hope that you've all understood as well, and I hope that you all congratulate yourselves on getting this small victory. But we have won a battle, we have not yet won the war, and as far as I am concerned, I think we are still losing. I think we are still losing players. I think we are still on the downward spiral to the inevitable closure of WWE Supercard, and I really, really want us to get that fixed as quickly as possible before we lose any more players. I know that we have already lost players, and hopefully those players do come back when they see that there has been changes made, that they have actually done something. But it's very, very difficult to get a player to return. It's much easier to keep a player here. And I know that the diehard fans aren't going to be leaving anytime soon, but there's not enough of us diehard fans that have been here since Season 1, Season 3, Season 4 to keep the game going. What we need to rely on is particularly the new players, and what they can't be subject to is going into things like King of the Ring, playing TLC, playing Team Stomping Grounds, and playing whatever the next PvP event is, and just getting absolutely demolished, because then they will stop playing. And as I said, they won't do it loudly, they will just stop playing silently. They will just move on to a different game, and then you'll suddenly see that the last login of that player was like 5 weeks ago. So that is going to be it for this little video, folks, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, including when I go and complete this War Games to get the Pro Double Heroic Carrying Cross, and when we try and complete some of the brand new quests as well. So like I said, folks, that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.